Yo, so remember Bonnie Blue, the OnlyFans creator who made headlines for sleeping with over 1,000 men and bragging about it online?
So I'm the girl that's out with 1,057 men, and there's 1,057 guys, which are potential.
Yeah, well, she just got arrested in Bali, Indonesia, and this time, it's not a publicity stunt. And honestly, she absolutely deserves every second of what's coming to her. Let me break down how this absolute genius managed to fuck up her entire life in the span of 1 week. So Bonnie Blue has been on what she calls a bang bus tour around the world. Yeah, you heard that right, a bang bus tour. Because apparently, she thinks she's living in an early 2000s porn parody instead of real life. She started in the UK, moved to Australia, allegedly even stopped by Epstein's Island, which, you know, great look for her brand, and then made her biggest mistake yet. She went to Bali. Now, here's where it gets beautiful. Bonnie Blue rolled up to Bali, Indonesia with her little bang bus, posting videos on Instagram saying, "Hey boys, those that are going to schoolies and those that are barely legal cannot wait to meet you. I'm in Bali, so you know exactly what that means." Yeah, we know what that means, Bonnie. It means you're about to get arrested in one of the most conservative countries in Asia for violating their anti-pornography laws. But let's back up for a second, because the level of stupidity here is actually impressive. Indonesia is the largest Muslim country in the world. Bali specifically is Hindu, but it's extremely culturally conservative. They don't even want people kissing in public. Holding hands too long is frowned upon. And this woman thought it would be a brilliant idea to drive around in a vehicle literally labeled Bang Bus, picking up young men to create pornographic content. Like, what part of that plan sounded good to you? At what point did someone in your team not say, "Hey, maybe we should check if this is legal first"? Oh wait, they did. Because on a podcast interview weeks before this, someone literally told her, "I would get someone to check the legal stuff first. A strong legal counsel might be a good idea." And what did Bonnie say? "Everyone wants to arrest me. Everyone, not the police." Well, aged like milk. So here's what actually went down. Indonesian police raided her studio in Bali and arrested 17 men along with Bonnie Blue. 17 guys who thought they were about to have the time of their lives, and instead ended up in Indonesian police custody. The footage of these dudes leaving the police station is absolutely brutal. They're shirtless, using their shirts to cover their faces, trying to hide from cameras. Imagine that post-nut clarity. You just hooked up with Bonnie Blue, feeling like a champion, and then Indonesian police kick down the door. That might genuinely be the worst moment of someone's entire life. Now, 14 of those guys got released pretty quickly. Lucky them. But Bonnie, she's still in custody, along with 2 British men and 1 Australian guy. Her passport's been seized. She's been handed over to immigration authorities, and here's where it gets really bad for her. Under Indonesian law, creating or distributing pornographic content can get you up to 15 years in prison. 15 years. And a fine of about $360,000. Let me put that in perspective for you. There was a woman named Chappelle Corby who got arrested in Bali in 2004 for marijuana possession. She got sentenced to 20 years, served 11 years in an Indonesian prison, then had to stay in Bali under probation for 3 more years. Total time where she wasn't free to leave, 14 years for weed. Now imagine what they're gonna do to someone who was actively creating pornographic content, recruiting young men online, and doing it all while on a tourist visa. Oh, and speaking of the visa, Bonnie was on a tourist visa. You know, the kind where you're explicitly not allowed to do any commercial work. But she was out here monetizing content, posting it to OnlyFans, making money off of it. Yeah, I'm sure the Indonesian authorities are gonna be real understanding about that. But wait, it gets better. When police raided her place, they found everything. Multiple cameras, 19 outfits labeled School Bonnie Blue, which, yikes, a box of condoms, lubricant, 9 pink necklaces, flash drives with who knows what on them, and 2 sheets of Viagra. The Viagra, by the way, was used, so that evidence is definitely going in the case file. They even got her for vehicle violations. The bang bus was registered as white, but painted dark blue, and the vehicle tax expired in 2023. So now she's getting additional charges for having an improperly registered vehicle. She's getting arrested for painting the bang bus the wrong color. You cannot make this shit up. But here's what really kills me about this situation. This was completely avoidable. Annie Knight, another OnlyFans creator who used to work with Bonnie, came out and said she tried to warn her. Quote, "In my industry, anytime you go overseas, you have to be aware of the laws. I'd never do my job in a country where my work is illegal. I tried to warn Bonnie, but she didn't listen." She didn't listen. Bonnie Blue was also banned from Australia last year for trying to do the exact same thing. Her visa got canceled before she even entered the country because authorities found out she was planning to create pornographic content with 18-year-olds while on a tourist visa. There was even a Change.org petition with thousands of signatures begging the Australian government not to let her in. So this woman has already been told, hey, you can't do this in certain countries. She's already been banned from places. She's already had legal issues, and she still thought it was a good idea to go to Indonesia and do the exact same thing.